but please put your hands together for our first performer, Steve Fowler.
It's lovely to be here. So I mentioned yesterday that I actually have the wonderful opportunity in my poetic practice to perform a lot, probably perform more than I do visual poetry. So I often try to be very careful about what I do. These live opportunities, they are scarce. So I thought long and hard. I don't want to interrupt myself, but I've just seen a young man at the back rubbing his hands together, and it's made me remember, does anyone have any hand sanitizer with them? I shook hands with someone earlier, I'm a bit worried. Has no one got any portable hand sanitizer? No one?
No.
Soap and water, you're only out, mate.
Are you using hand sanitizer? Is it moisturizer?
Yeah.
Can I borrow some?
Thanks so much.
Cheers. It's better. I feel cleaner. While I have actually begun that chain of thought, my hair's been sticking up all day. It's been really annoying me. Could someone flatten it down for me? Would you mind?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Would you?
Yeah.
You have to use some.
I think I need some of this moisturiser.
Yeah. Is it better?
That's better.
Oh, it's better.
Brilliant, thanks so much. I'm not vain, but bad hair days. Challenging. Thank you so much. I feel better now. Right, so what was I saying? Live performances. They're really important. To think carefully through what are the specific conditions of each event you do. What is the venue? What is the context? Who have you followed? What is happening? What's the theme? I have a rather unique role this evening. I have to balance two things at the same time. On the one hand, I suppose I'm a poet. If someone asked me at a party, I suppose I might agree to that if they heard my work already, or otherwise I would equivocate and say, I'm a writer, I suppose I'm a teacher. But on the other hand, I'm a curator. I'm a host. You saw me introduce the first half and get the order wrong. How embarrassing. So it leaves me with dual responsibilities and perhaps slightly the smell that I might have just put myself on. That I might have created this project so I could shine. How to balance these things? It's a challenge, but it's the genuine context. So I have dueling desires. And I think about them. On the one hand, the poet. I want to read you a poem. Why? Well, I suppose, deep down, because I want your affirmation and love. That's the weak part of me. The poetry part. Then there's the other part of me. Inspiring, organisational, a real thought leader. So how to balance those responsibilities and do something for you this evening which is useful and yet creative, manages to get your love that doesn't look like I put myself on, that gives you things, pieces of information. Well, I came up with the perfect idea. I thought long and hard, and I thought, what people really love is that which they experience every day. That which leaves them with comfort instead of challenge. That which they experience in their workplace. So instead of a poem or a performance, today I'm going to give you a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm Steve. Nice to meet you all. Call me Steve, Stevie, Stefan if you must, however you wish. The other one. Perfect. Let's start with an English remark. You're all more intelligent than me, because I assume you're all bilingual. Thanks so much for speaking my language. I apologize for not speaking German. As I said yesterday, that's a phrase I've almost never uttered, and I realized in doing that, why would I speak German? Next slide. Oh. I want to also continue the lovely energy of yesterday's festival and thank my co-curators, Chris McCabe, Elke Rich, Holger Pils. You just couldn't work with a nicer group of people. So, I lied a little bit. It was always asked of me from Elke, Chris and Holger to give a presentation, maybe not a PowerPoint presentation, that's my little creative turn on it, with a specific goal in mind. There are 3 reasons why they want me to do that. This is just a little side note about me. If you'd like, you can go to my website, stephenjfowler.com, and I have a mailing list, you can sign up. As I've mentioned here, there is some issues with GDPR that your country invented, so you're going to have to sign yourselves up, because I can't do it like I used to, where I just put your emails in. Next slide. So the 5 ideas that I have to relate to you today. First, I have to talk about what it's like to be the first person creating something new for the festival and presenting it after yesterday. Second, I have to explain what collaboration actually is, so you have some sort of context. Third, I have to completely explain what concrete poetry is. Fourth, I have to explain British poetry. And fifth, as you're currently experiencing, you get to know me a little bit. Maybe afterwards we chat, you buy one of my books and we become best friends. Next slide. I'm not going to actually do it in order because I don't have enough time and I'm not German. Next slide. Okay, truth. Collaboration is when I tell 2 poets to work together. Next slide. Concrete poetry is a poem which has a meaning in the words and with also the way the words look. There's nothing else to it. It looks one thing and it reads another. That's the end of that. Now you know concrete poetry, Klang Farben Text. Next slide. In contradiction to the last slide where I mentioned that concrete poetry doesn't actually have to be written in concrete. Here's a concrete poet might be written in concrete. I didn't actually do this, someone did it for me, but here's a concrete poet that's made in concrete. So if you want to be literal minded, this is what a concrete poet is as well. Next slide. I'm breaking ground because I'm bringing you in this PowerPoint presentation a new kind of collaboration. It's a collaboration that's never been seen before, not in England, rarely in England, but never in Munich. This is the old kind of collaboration. 2 people, one and another. You're together, you collaborate, and you're in the moment. It's beautiful. You get away to sit. What I'm bringing is this kind of collaboration, self-coupling. I'm collaborating with myself right now. This is copyrighted by Emma Watson 2019. I'm sure most of you feel the same. You much prefer collaborating alone. Next slide. Collaboration is important, it leads to innovation, it makes friendships, blah blah blah. Next slide. Anyway, British poetry, I'm going to have to explain. Please don't mention the B word, please, 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 we've heard about it enough. Next slide, I've mentioned it so far. Basically, British poetry, everyone in Germany thinks that their tradition is classical and locked into the past. You should go to England. Try being a British poet. We're completely obsessed with emotional insight, tradition. It's to do with political and social history. You have to have knowledge of the empire, all that kind of stuff to understand what we're doing. No one wants to actually do that, so let's just say it's cool and fresh and funky, and we're going through a brand new British poetry revival. People buying loads of books, not just teenage girls. Next slide. So the empire. So basically the main thing to know about the British Empire is everyone invented it because they wanted to get away from England. Next slide. That's that translated into German. I did that today using Google Translate and a German friend. Another example of collaboration. Next slide. This is a famous English poem. It will bring to you some serious knowledge of our tradition. Wanderer's Night Song 1. Thou that the heavens art, every pain and sorrow stillest, and the doubly wretched heart that rhymes, doubly with refreshment fillest. Lovely rhyme scheme, an excellent poem. I am weary with contending, why this pain and desire, peace descending, come into my breast. Classic British poetry. Now you understand a little bit about our culture. Next slide. Okay, already probably gone a little bit long. Yes, what we're going to do, this is mainly to me. Focus Steve, okay. That's from the person I emailed it earlier. I know you must be tired. Everyone's a little sorry. I know it's very English to say sorry about saying sorry, but I do apologise. Next slide. Next slide. Anyway, so I've covered collaboration, I've covered concrete poetry, I've done the best opening by accident, whether you laughed or not. I've also explained all the British poetry, and now you know about me. Perfect. Next slide. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. This is one of my poems. Rhymes. And then next slide. Please clap. Please clap. Thank you.